One college player forgot that there was even a team in Oakland that was Klay Thompson, by the way. But a few years ago, Joe Lacob took over. Pointed to that 1975 championship banner and said, "That's a very lonely flag." We need another one. And last year they got it 67 wins, 16 straight at one point. That used to seem like a lot until this year where they started. Off 24-0. Ended last season with their first title in 40 years. And obviously, a big part of that was league MVP, Steph Curry. Steph is a pretty good shooter. For those of you who watched the game against the Wizards last night, he was, to use slang, he was clowning. He was all jumping up and down. Just settle down. By the way, for the record, I heard during this summer. After our golf game, that Steph was using the excuse of Secret Service being. Intimidating for why he lost the match. That is not the case. But he will have another opportunity. Obviously, watching Steph play is incredible. And for anybody who enjoys basketball, it is just a lot of fun. But it's not just Steph. There's the other Splash brother, Klay, who dropped 37 points in a quarter. And whose jump shot is actually a little prettier. I'm just saying. There were Barnes dunks. Bogut blocks, Draymond Green showing us heart over height every single night. Draymond is also known to add a few more words that I cannot repeat. Then you've got a couple of unselfish all-stars in their own right. That were coming off the bench: Andre Iguodala and David Lee. And a bench that was so good that an opposing coach complained, they've got two starting lineups. In the finals, Golden State faced Cleveland and a guy named LeBron. Down 2-1, Coach Kerr had the guts to shake up the lineup and it worked. Andre came off the bench, played great D, took home the finals MVP. And it was a perfect example of the kind of team this is: everybody doing their part. Everybody ready to step up at any moment. Unselfish play. Folks looking out for each other. And it's the same kind of selflessness that the Warriors show in their community, as well. They've led the way for the NBA's commitment to our My Brother's Keeper initiative. Promoting mentoring in the Bay Area and nationwide. I know they met with some students in the White House Mentor Program earlier today. This team is also supporting the city's Oakland Promise effort to help more kids make it through college. You've had players take a stand against gun violence. They've worked with Michelle's Let's Move initiative. They've dressed up as Santa to deliver Christmas presents to those in need. And the first time I met Steph was because he had partnered with the UN Foundation too. Donate 3 anti-malarial mosquito nets for every 3-pointer he makes. So last night, that's 33 nets. So keep shooting, Steph. Not that he needs any encouragement, obviously. The point is, this is a great basketball team, but it's a great organization, it's a great culture. And these are outstanding young men. And some of them I've met before. Steph, I've gotten to know a little better. They're the kind of people you want representing a city. Representing the NBA, and the kind of people that you want our kids to be rooting for. So they have a lot to be proud of. Good luck for the rest of the season. Maybe you'll break that Bulls record. But as Coach Kerr pointed out, he wins either way. Either way, he's got the record. So thanks, everybody. Congratulations. Do you want to say something? Coach Steve Kerr, thank you. I'm a little thirsty. Is that my water or yours? President Obama, it is. Go for it. Coach Steve Kerr, I thought maybe it was yours. I'm guessing it's yours. I want to say thank you. I also want to say congratulations for becoming the first. President in our nation's great history to use the term clowning. Although maybe Teddy Roosevelt used it somewhere in there. I don't know. But we want to thank you. Our organization is so honored to be here, to meet you. to tour the White House, and to celebrate our championship with you here. Our general manager, Bob Myers, who you met earlier. Also mentioned to me that you're going to be a free agent at the end of this year. So we don't know if you have anything lined up yet, but President Obama, I'm ready to go. Coach Steve Kerr, you can consider this a symbol of an offer that's coming. We want you as soon as your duties are done here in the White House. We'd like you to be the leader of Dub Nation. Barack Obama. Open forum at GOP House Issues Conference. Delivered January 29, 2010, Baltimore, Maryland. Thank you, John, for the gracious introduction. To Mike and Eric, thank you for hosting me. Thank you to all of you for receiving me. It is wonderful to be here. I want to also acknowledge Mark Strand. President of the Congressional Institute. To all the family members who are here and who have to put up with us for an elective office each and every day. Thank you, because I know that's tough. I very much am appreciative of not only the tone of your introduction. John, but also the invitation that you extended to me. You know what they say, keep your friends close, but visit the Republican caucus every few months. Part of the reason I accepted your invitation to come here was because I wanted to speak with all of you. And not just to all of you. So I'm looking forward to taking your questions and having a real conversation in a few moments. And I hope that the conversation we begin here doesn't end here. That we can continue our dialogue in the days ahead. It's important to me that we do so. It's important to you, I think, that we do so. But most importantly, it's important to the American people that we do so. I've said this before, but I'm a big believer not just in the value of a loyal opposition, but in its necessity. Having differences of opinion, having a real debate about matters of domestic policy and national security, and that's not something that's only good for our country, it's absolutely essential. It's only through the process of disagreement and debate that bad ideas get tossed out and good ideas get refined and made better. And that kind of vigorous back and forth, that imperfect but well-founded process. Messy as it often is at the heart of our democracy. That's what makes us the greatest nation in the world. So, yes, I want you to challenge my ideas. And I guarantee you that after reading this I may challenge a few of yours. I want you to stand up for your beliefs, and knowing this caucus, I have no doubt that you will. I want us to have a constructive debate. The only thing I don't want, and here I am listening to the American people. And I think they don't want either, is for Washington to continue being so Washington-like. I know folks, when we're in town there, spend a lot of time reading the polls. And looking at focus groups and interpreting which party has the upper hand. in November and in 2012 and so on and so on and so on. That's their obsession. And I'm not a pundit. I'm just a president, so take it for what it's worth. But I don't believe that the American people want us to focus on our job security. They want us to focus on their job security. I don't think they want more gridlock. I don't think they want more partisanship. I don't think they want more obstruction. They didn't send us to Washington to fight each other in some sort of political steel cage match. To see who comes out alive. That's not what they want. They sent us to Washington to work together. To get things done, and to solve the problems that they're grappling with every single day. And I think your constituents would want to know that despite the fact it doesn't get a lot of attention. You and I have actually worked together on a number of occasions. There have been times where we've acted in a bipartisan fashion. And I want to thank you and your Democratic colleagues for reaching across the aisle. There has been, for example, broad support for putting in the troops necessary in Afghanistan to deny Al-Qaeda a safe haven. To break the Taliban's momentum, and to train Afghan security forces. There's been broad support for disrupting, dismantling, and defeating Al-Qaeda. And I know that we're all united in our admiration of our troops. So it may be useful for the international audience right now to understand and certainly for our enemies to have no doubt whatever divisions and differences may exist in Washington. The United States of America stands as one to defend our country.